everybody, welcome to a special edition of Billy the Bat Boy's Corner. Today we have New York Giants President, CEO, and co-owner John Mara. Thank you for coming on.
Sure, Billy. It's a pleasure.
The Giants are known as one of the most loyal sports franchises in all of sports to both the players and the staff. Most of the players that have left the team come back to sign a one-day contract in order to retire as a Giant. What do you attribute this reputation to?
Well, I think it all goes back to probably my father and grandfather. They always had a saying, once a Giant, always a Giant. And that's something we try to instill in our players here. And it means a lot to me personally when a player leaves the team and then decides to come back and retire as a Giant. It shows that they valued their time here and that this organization means a lot to them. And that's something that we take a lot of pride in.
What qualities do you look for in a person, both players and business employees, before making them a part of the Giants organization?
Well, you want to get people here who obviously who have a certain level of talent, but also who have a work ethic. People who are self-starters who don't need to be pushed, in order for them to give 100%. People that take pride in their work, whether they're a player or whether they're somebody that works in here in the office. That's a quality work ethic that if you have that, you have a chance to succeed in just about any field, and that's certainly something we look for here.
What do you feel are the biggest challenges in the 2016-17 Giants season?
Well, we've been out of the playoffs for 3 straight years now, so it's time for us to get back to where we think we belong and kind of re-energize our fan base. So that's why we were particularly aggressive in free agency this past offseason. I think we've got a lot of challenges going forward, but I'm quite optimistic about our team. We've got, I think, enough talent to be in the playoffs, but we're also due to have a healthy year on the field. We've led the league in injuries, I think, the last 3 years, and it'd be nice to put an end to that. So we are optimistic coming into this season.
What do you feel are the biggest changes in the game?
Well, I think it's become much more of a passing league over the last 10 years or so. The offenses have become a lot more prolific. I think a lot of that has to do with the rules changes, minimizing the amount of contact that defensive backs can have on receivers, and I think that's one of the bigger changes that you've seen. It is still important, though, to be able to run the ball, and it's probably even more important to be able to stop the run when you have to. That's something we struggled with a little bit last year, but I think a lot of the rules changes have made this into more of a passing league than it ever has been before.
What advice do you have for a student who is interested in the field of professional sports as a career objective?
Well, I think the same advice that I give to anybody who has interest in any professional field. You've got to work hard, do well in school, and when you get older and you're old enough to actually get some sort of internship or summer employment type of situation, you have to be as aggressive as possible and contact as many different organizations as possible, and hopefully at one point in time you'll wind up in the right place at the right time. And then once you get your foot in the door, it's all up to you to prove yourself and prove that you have the talent and the desire and the work ethic to succeed.
All right, once again, I would like to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate that you were able to come on and give us your insight of one of the most well-known sports franchises in the world.
Well, thanks very much, Billy, and thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Good luck this year.
Thank you.